1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon. Oh.
But yeah, it's. I think they could well be okay, and depending on what happens in the the semi-final draws, assuming West Ham beat Leeds. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
It is. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Right. Okay. So this is a stat. It says the most goals scored in each top 5 European competitions so far. Premier League, 807 goals. Bundesliga, 719 goals. La Liga, 717 goals. Serie A, 680 goals. League One, 605 goals. Now, Premier League's come up on top.
Yeah. Wow.
Are you surprised?
Not. I mean, only surprise is it's quite a long way ahead of the next team down, isn't it? In the 700s, we're in the 800s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose I am surprised, really, because generally speaking, I don't think we think of football in our Premier League as being unusually high scoring. We don't get too many sort of 3, 4, we get threes, but 4 or 5 nils, 4 or 5 ones. They're quite unusual, but I think again it also speaks of the excitement of the Premier League, the fact that teams often do cancel each other out and they look for the little bits that can make a difference and enable them to win the game. Obviously there's the top few, the big teams who've got all the money and they get the best players, so it's a bit of an uneven playing surface, if you like. But generally speaking, the Premier League is such that any one team can beat any other team, as was shown the other day. I mean, when Wolves at the bottom actually beat Liverpool. I mean, what about that? That's crazy, isn't it? And also, Wolves also drew with Arsenal. The top was playing bottom, and it turned out to be a draw, which I think says a lot about the fact that any team can beat any other team. Palace last week at Spurs, we beat them 3-1. And in fact, the game before, and we beat them last season as well there. But the game before Manchester United, where Palace lost 1-0 a couple of weeks ago, if we won that game, it would have been the 3rd trip to Old Trafford in a row that Palace had won. Now, Manchester United generally are above Palace in the league, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. The Premier League is so competitive. So in that way, it doesn't really surprise me that it's got a lot more goals than some of the others. We don't have too many teams that, shall we say, park the bus, play too defensively. And if they do that, they have to come out when a goal's scored against them. So, yeah, because I do think most football around the world now is played in almost the same way. It's unusual because different leagues, different countries had different tactics, different ways of playing. But now it does often seem to be 3 at the back. You've got your 2 wing backs, 2 holding midfielders, and then one at the top and a couple behind the centre forward, which tends to create the game that we know. And it's great, like the game last night. I mean, Atletico Madrid played very quickly. If I have a criticism sometimes of Premier League games, you can see the defenders just walking with the ball. You know, that they won't be closed down because they know they could then be played out of the game if the ball is then passed forward, so on and so forth. And I don't like it when footballers of any level walk around with the ball. That's not what people want to see. And in that game last night, Atletico, very talented, technically good players, it was always fast. And
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.
It's always fast, and it is that speed which often wins you the game, as they did last night, of course. But yeah, but Premier League is great to watch. Great competitive football for the most part, and yeah, it's great that we score the most goals.
I mean, looking at the statistics, it was almost 100. Well, almost 100 goal difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also good. Right. So this next one is it's a bit far-fetched, but let's see what you think. It says, if Declan Rice wins the Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, and World Cup, the Ballon d'Or will be his.
I think it would be, wouldn't it? You couldn't argue with that. It would just have to be.
Right.
I don't. Are there any other England players? Well, it doesn't matter, does it? There must be other players in Arsenal who would equally be up for that award, though, wouldn't they? It's not just him, is it? I mean, you say about the World Cup. I take your point. If he also wins the World Cup with
World
England,
Cup, yeah.
he's probably No, I take your point. He would have to win it. He would have to win it but then the likelihood of all that, with due respect to all concerned, is very unlikely, isn't it? You can't keep all those plates spinning equally up there. You've got to something gives eventually. So I don't think they're going to do it. But if he wins a couple of those, you can argue he'll be up for the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing to hope for, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because we love Declan Rice, don't we? It's a really good player. It's a
good model, a good role model for youngsters coming into the game, and he's a very good footballer. Yeah, he turns up all over the field. He's a box-to-box midfielder, and he scores great goals. He's got a great shot on him, and he delivers very good corners as well. So he's got the complete game, really.
Yeah, and he keeps out of controversies as well, doesn't he? You hardly hear his name being linked with anything negative, which is good.
That's right.
Being in the limelight. Right. Okay. So this one is something that I did not know. So let's see if you can decode this one for us. So Lionel Messi's official spokesperson confirms that Messi will not be involved in Barcelona's presidential elections in any way. Now, what that raises for me, the question that would raise for me is, do we have ex-players being involved in the politics of
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on